Hello, I'm recording this because I like suffering. And my friend likes to watch me suffer. But my friend's not here, so I have to suffer without him. I thought it'd make a great video. So I am playing a game called Peroxide. In Peroxide, it, okay, it's easier to explain if you've seen Bleach. If you haven't seen Bleach, then nothing I say is gonna make sense. But all you need to know is that it's a game where you get strong, and in order to get strong, you need to complete bosses. And in this boss, I have to fight Agent Harlock. And Agent Harlock is just a really mean meanster. Agent Harlock duplicates himself forever, and I cannot do anything about it. So I just have to fight. I have to survive 3 minutes. And actually, this is going better than I thought it would. I expected this to be a video full of like a half hour of suffering, but I'm not actually doing that bad. I guess while we're here, I guess I can just explain Peroxide, the basics. Peroxide is a Roblox game based on the popular manga and anime Bleach. In Bleach, there are these things called hollows, and they're real mean. So, like, there's like five factions of people who just kill them. But plot twist, hollows are actually people. You never would have seen that coming. Uh and so are Fullbringers, which is what I am. And but you know what else is a person? Soul Reapers. Basically everything, and I'm dead. Basically everything you see in Bleach is a person. And you can become one of those things in this game. And Fullbringer is especially hard. So, this is just gonna be a great video full of so much fun and entertainment. But there's a selection of stats you can upgrade, like Vitality, which increases your health. There's Spirit and Strength. So, Strength basically increases your M1 damage, like my punches, and Spirit increases the power of certain moves. I am going for Spirit because if you look at my glasses, so it's hard to tell before you get your hands on it in with the other races, but for Fullbringers, whatever you have, like your ability, manifests itself as an accessory. So I have these glasses, so that means I have Midas. Oh, you can't see it yet because I don't have it. That means I have Midas, and Midas scales with Spirit instead of Strength. So I'm really bad at punching, but gonna be really good at using my moves. And my health is full, so let's go for another round. But yeah. So basically, this is just gonna be a video of me desperately trying to beat Agent Harlock. It'll end when I beat him, so it could be like an hour and a half. So let's settle in, shall we? I have no one to talk to. I'm kind of new to this whole YouTuber thing, so this is gonna be a learning experience. I'm good at talking. I'm just not good at talking to myself. I'm also really bad at this now for some reason. But yeah, this one is like a really mindless one where you just gotta beat the crap out of them. You just gotta kill the Agent Harlocks. Trying my best here. Oh, I killed them all. It means I get a momentary feeling of peace before they start coming back again. The more of them I kill, the better, because I technically don't have to kill any of them, but if there's like, like if all three are on screen like they were earlier, then I'm basically dead because they'll start punching me and then I won't be able to get out. I'm really not that good at this game. You know, I've made like 5 accounts. I'm still not that good. But yeah, I've done Soul Reapers, which are like they're the ones that they're like the big ones that are killing the hollows. There's Fullbringers, which are just like humans that have really cool powers. Soul Reapers are dead people who got really strong. Uh, there's Hollows, which so a Hollow is a person who ripped out their chain of fate, which is a whole thing that I don't feel like explaining because I don't understand it myself. But and then a hollow can become really strong, like something called a vasto if they just consume a lot of souls. But then that's not the strongest they can become because they also have this thing where they can rip off their masks. Oh, it was so close. Dang it! But they have this thing where they can rip off their masks and become what's called an Arankar. And Arankars are really cool. Because they're like soul reapers but hollows. And so I guess I have to explain the progression path for all of them. Hollows are well, no, okay, we gotta start with soul reapers. Soul reapers have these blades, they're swords called Zompok toes, and that blade is a person, and you have to become friends with that person to become strong as a soul reaper. So there's this thing called Shikai where you learn the Zanpakuto's name and it becomes like it goes from a regular old katana into something cool depending on what Zanpakuto you have because you can get different appearances for it. And then you have Bankai, which is learning their true name. Well, the true name really isn't that different, but it's basically the strongest you can become. Well, there's some other stuff with Soul Reapers that I'm not going to mention because that is for another day. But basically, you can get your Shikai, and that's the first path of power. And once you have a Shikai, there's like a okay, so there's a version of Bankai and Shikai for every race. So for Fullbringers, it's called a Fullbring. I know, so creative. Fullbringers have a Fullbring. Or Arankars have a Resurrection, which is like them resurrecting their hollow form. I actually don't know what the Fullbringer thing is because I'm not that far into Bleach yet. But Fullbringers have what's called a Fullbring as their Shikai equivalent, and oh god, I have to talk about Quincy's. So Quincy's are like Soul Reapers. If Soul Reapers said, "I'm not gonna cleanse the hollows, I'm going to kill the hollows," and then they do. They completely eradicate their souls from existence. Soul Reapers just send them to the Soul Society. Quincy's just completely evaporate their souls from the existence. But Quincy's have what's called a Shrift, and it's their Shikai. Jesus, I did not do well that time. It's their Shikai equivalent. But yeah. So it's Shrift for Quincy's, which I actually don't understand. Again, I'm not that far into Bleach. Fullbrings for Fullbringers, Resurrections for Orion Cars, and Shikai for Soul Reapers. And then every single one of those has a Bankai equivalent too. Your Bankai equivalent it's really depends. I don't fully understand all of them, but at least for Fullbringers, you have to fight yourself. Well, yeah, you have to fight yourself. You have to beat the crap out of yourself to get your twin soul. It's called. And honestly, I have never. That's the only Bankai equivalent I haven't gotten like grubby little mitts on because it's so hard. This is actually my second playthrough as a Fullbringer. I literally lost all motivation to do Fullbringer after I couldn't beat my twin soul. So I went on and did a Soul Reaper account, which I now have Bankai on. Uh I did a Quincy account, which I actually deleted my original Fullbringer account for a Quincy account. But now I'm doing it again. I have renewed motivation. So okay, I made an Arankar account too, but Arankars can do this thing where they become Quincy's. and I did that. I became it's a Quincy car. So Quincy cars are like orang cars that decided to give up all their cool orang car stuff and become a Quincy. And I decided to do that, and I wound up never even needing to delete my full ringer originally, but it's probably for the best because I needed my motivation back, and this is probably the only way I could get it. Huh. But yeah, it's certainly interesting how all it works. But so for I already explained the Fullbringer Bankai equivalent. The equivalent for Bankai for Arankars is called Segunda Etapa, which I don't understand. You're gonna hear that a lot from me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand how it works, like, spiritually, because they all have, like, spiritual significance. Like, Twin Soul, you're fighting yourself and using that self for more power. You're fighting your So Twin Soul, you're fighting yourself from the future. God, this is so annoyingly hard. Twin Soul, you fight yourself from the future, and I lost my train of thought. Bankai, you fight your Zanpakuto's true form, its true power. Um, for Quincy's, you have to fight your not your Zanpakuto. I'm incredibly smart. Oh yeah, all the Quincy's are German, so the name of the Quincy, you get what's called a Volstendig, and you have to fight. Okay, let me look up what his name is really quick. Dig boss. Wait, I just want his name. Uh, what is let's see here. You guys know I have all the Der Stash. It's just a guy with a cool mustache. Apparently, it's a robot. Ancient automaton. You have to fight a robot. And for Segundi Tapa, which is the Arankar thing, you need to fight the Hollow Prince, which is just something that I didn't get around to Bankai equivalents for a while because I did like 3 accounts before I got my first one because I just sucked at this game so hard. But I did learn a lot from my first account, and it let me go on to get Segundi Tapa and Volstendig and Bankai. Like this. Here, I'll teach you a little lesson. So in this game, you cannot die. So you get flash steps, like you can see me doing here. And once you have that, you can flash step into an M2, which is like your heavy attack, and you can uppercut. And depending on the NPC, uppercuts are basically impossible to get out of. So you can just uppercut. I've been doing it this whole time, actually. You can just uppercut, slam them down, and then go into another uppercut. Basically how I've been going about this. You're really supposed to use it to completely destroy your twin soul, but still never did that. Actually, I don't even have anything in strength. I'm pretty sure if I did, I would just be completely eradicating these guys. But I want to try a spirit build because I have Midas. I've been watching a lot of Hasman Hotel. Staying out of the community. I just watched the episodes. Do you know, bro? Have you seen the songs from Hasman Hotel? They're so good. And the voice list is stacked. They got Mirabelle from Encanto and Keith David. They got Keith David for Hasbin Hotel. It's crazy. Guys, okay, listen, I'm good at video games, I swear. I swear I'm good at video games. So, okay, I guess I can go into more Bleach explanations while we wait. Uh, every single Fullbringer's realm is technically the Earth, but every race has their own realm. So Orankars slash Hollows have Hueco Mundo, which is the layer of the I guess afterlife between Earth and the Soul Society. The Soul Society is like I guess the easiest way to explain it is like heaven or just the afterlife in general. Hell exists, but I don't think we ever get to see it. And Quincy, yeah, so Soul Reapers have the Soul Society, Fullbringers have Earth, Raincars have Hueco Mundo, and Quincy's have Wandenreich, which I have been told by my friend who actually watches Bleach that they live inside the walls of the Soul Society. But I don't know how true that is because he makes a lot of jokes. But honestly, I'm not sure. And honestly, I don't care. There's a lot more that goes into this game than I'm making it sound. I'm making this sound extreme. I'm dumbing it down a lot because honestly, that's the only way I understand it. But there's a lot more to it than what I'm spewing here. To be honest, I put so much. It took me so long to do this the first time. Apparently, Fullbringers are just like the hardest one to do. It's the newest progression path in the game, and it's the hardest one. And it's the one I did first before I knew how to play the game. So you guys can imagine how that went. Judging by the fact that I'm standing here doing the entire thing again. Uh-oh. See, this is what I was talking about with the combo locks. But I think if I can just hit one of these guys, like, once. Yeah, okay, there we go. Because I get healed every time one of them dies. There we go. I got all three of them in quick succession. That was nice. Fullbringers get their power from, what we call bringer light. I don't really understand it. Go figure. That's why all my flash steps are green like that. And why my that kick move that me and Harlock keep using. Also, I'm so going to lose. This is it. This is the end for me. Nope. Okay, there we go. 56 seconds. Ugh. Honestly, I don't know what else to talk about, so I might just cut cut it here and then skip to when I'm actually succeeding. No. No, he would want to see me suffer more. Actually, how long has this recording been? Yeah, I should probably stop it here. That has been Block Captain 77 suffers at this game.